I'm Abby,
And I'm Anna.
and this is Serious Beef.
Welcome. So,
Welcome back, listener.
welcome back, listener. We're not on the road. I'm not
Nope.
sure how that episode went.
I hope it went all right.
Listen to it. So
It went out today. I've heard that it's fine. I've heard
Okay.
that it did well.
We were deciding. We think we were tired on the way back, so maybe we sounded kind of sleepy.
I'm worried.
Kind of slow.
Right.
So sorry if that was a bummer.
We did not have any. We did not do any meet and greets at the Winter
It's
Rendezvous,
true. It was.
but admittedly, we didn't tell anyone we were going to be there.
It's true. We forgot to tell you we were there until we were literally on our way.
We posted
it.
it.
Yeah. So we're on top of it here. We're not very serious about our beef.
It's true. It's true. But you know what? We do take seriously our leftovers.
We do make a list, and we do remember to eventually to discuss the leftovers.
It's true. So I got some.
I actually have one or two myself. So
Some of these I think are yours. So
maybe okay. Well, first maybe we should talk about our beef. What do you think?
yeah.
Okay,
What you got?
I have the beef.
Okay.
My beef is with public restrooms.
Okay.
They're gross.
Well,
Why? Why are they
it's
gross?
a restroom.
Why? My restroom in my house isn't gross. Why?
You clean it regularly.
Why isn't it cleaned regularly?
Well, I mean, to be fair, how many times? I mean, you live in a house with 4 people live there.
Right.
Not everybody's using that just one restroom all day.
Right. But
And there's a lot more people.
they should be cleaning it throughout the day.
Well, who's got time for that? Everybody's short
And
staffed.
here's the other thing. Why you got no self-respect, people? Like, why you going to trash up the bathroom? Why you got to be disgusting?
I agree with that.
Don't be disgusting. Here's the thing. When you have to stop somewhere to go to the restroom, do you want to go into a disgusting bathroom? I don't think so. I know I don't. Okay, smarty pants.
I don't think so.
Do you want to walk into a restroom that's gross?
I agree with you.
No one
I
does.
agree with you.
So why would you make it gross?
Well, I don't think. I hear you.
Okay.
But I think that the issue is that the people who don't want to go into a gross restroom, they're not making it gross. The people who don't care
I guess.
are making it gross.
But why wouldn't you care? Because at some point in your life,
Lack
you're going to
of
have to.
self-respect.
I guess. I'm like,
Emergencies.
why would you should care? I guess is my point. I have beef with people who don't care.
That's fair.
Keep the restroom clean.
I knew that you had said something about public restrooms for your beef, but I thought you were going. I thought you were going.
Oh, I have a part 2.
Oh, okay.
You want me to tell you the other part?
Sure.
Okay. So I had to stop, on my way back. I had to go down to Nashville today, so I had to stop on my way back. I had to go to the restroom before I left town, right? So I stopped
Okay.
at the McDonald's there.
All right.
Run in, I go to the restroom, get a drink.
You didn't get a drink in the restroom.
No, I did not.
Okay.
And I did not get my drink before I went in the restroom. I got it after. That's good. Let's clarify. It's
For the listener.
I did not take my drink into the restroom.
Yeah.
That would be gross. Anyway, my other issue with the bathroom is, why is the toilet paper so terrible?
Okay, that's where I thought you were going
What
with this.
is the deal?
She wants the 2-ply.
The toilet paper was so low to the ground that, imagine this if you want to, or maybe don't.
Yeah.
I'm literally folded in half. I'm bending over, completely folded in half, my head is near the ground, trying to find where the flippin' toilet paper is so I can pull it out of there. And
The toilet paper holder?
it's like, the thing is underneath. And you're trying, I can't find the end. It won't come out. I'm spinning it and spinning it and spinning it. Nothing.
Imagine.
Folded upside down. Imagine, if you will, it's a brand new roll that's been added into the toilet.
Okay.
The bottom, it's, you have to reach up under there to pull it out. Well,
Yeah.
it's stuck. It won't, it's stuck. It's glued together because it's a brand new roll, and you've got to find the end and yank on it, right?
Uh-huh.
Finally, I find the end.
Okay.
And of course, I pull it apart, and one square comes off. And then, of course, I can't find the end again. So it's spinning and spinning. I find the end again. I pull on it. One square comes off. This happens like 6 times. I now have in my hand 6 individual squares of toilet paper because it keeps tearing off after one square.
You've now got one sheet of 2-ply is what you're holding.
Legit. It was like, it just took me forever to just find the friggin' toilet paper in. So
Yeah,
it was not a good experience. Finally, I've stand up. Now all the blood is rushing my head. I'm completely lightheaded.
Right.
I almost fall over. I'm like, if I fall in that toilet, someone's gonna die. Like, I'm not gonna be a happy camper right now.
Someone's going to die.
Good Lord, help me. Why is it such a difficult thing to just run in and go to the restroom?
I tell you what, I'm pretty particular on my toilet paper of choice.
Okay.
You always bought Angel Soft.
Yeah, it was fine.
I don't know
It
what.
was 2-ply. It was
Right,
good.
right. It's fine.
Right, right.
I only buy Angel Soft now. I only ever buy Angel Soft.
It's the toilet paper of choice.
is.
Because it's cheap enough, but it's not the cheap like crap.
No, it's like normal
Yeah, it's
toilet
just,
paper.
it's your
in my
average.
opinion.
It's your average toilet.
Right, but it doesn't break the bank.
All right, Angel Soft, sponsor us. I don't know.
Angel Soft. Sponsor Serious Beer. Not really. I'm not marking sponsored content when I upload this.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
Do you want to do a sauce real quick?
Let's say the sauce before we forget.
Peanut sauce.
Peanut sauce.
Peanut sauce.
Now, don't eat that sauce if you are allergic to peanuts.
Or to
any
peanuts.
kind
Yeah, any kind of nut.
peanuts especially.
Well, I got a couple leftovers,
Okay.
but I also got a follow up.
What do you want to talk about first?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my follow up.
Okay, give me the follow up.
Okay, listener Katie. All
Yes,
right, she
yes.
cracks me up.
Yes.
So she has been behind on the podcast because she was driving to St. Louis for some doctor appointments, but now she's had her baby. Yeah,
Yay.
little Maria, adorable.
Congrats.
But she no longer has to drive to St. Louis as much.
Okay.
So normally she would listen to the podcast on the drive,
Right.
get herself caught up. Well, she hasn't been driving, so she's behind. So she was listening because she had to drive, I guess, the other day.
Okay, cool.
She sends me a Snapchat.
Okay.
Which at first I was cracking up because the Snapchat starts that she's trying to talk to me, but then she realizes that the radio is still playing the podcast, and she's trying to like panic pause the podcast. She goes, "See, I was listening."
That's awesome.
So she's
That's
cracking me
awesome.
up. But she says we talked about how we knew a priest that had done Exorcist.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Okay.
episode.
Well, she tells me that she really likes scary movies,
Oh, okay.
and she also knows a priest who has done an exorcism.
Oh, no way.
Yes. And so she said there's this movie called The Possession that she
Okay.
really likes. 2012. I've looked this up. Okay. And it is based on the Dybbuk, Dybbuk. I'm probably pronouncing that completely incorrect.
Who knows?
It's loosely based on a true story. Like the Dybbuk
sure.
or Dybbuk, whatever, box is said to be haunted by a malicious spirit in Jewish folklore, so on and so forth. Okay, that's what
Okay.
the movie is based on.
Okay.
So that like box thing or whatever is like a real thing, and she knows the priest who was the assistant to like the head exorcist priest
At
who
this
at this
exorcism.
yeah. I know.
That's interesting.
Now I'm summing up.
Is he
and
still alive? We need to get him on the podcast.
No idea. I am summing up the Snapchat that I received of this information, which I could not watch again because it was a one and done
Oh shucks.
type situation. So
You have to save it.
right. Well, yeah. Listener Katie, fill me in if I missed any details.
Okay.
But then she also cracked me up because dissection. Right. We were
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay. Yes.
She goes, "What did I get a shout out on the previous podcast as your friend from that biology class?" I was like,
It's
"Yes, you did.
It's true.
It's you, listener Katie. You were
It's
the one who's in that
hilarious. Aw.
and genomics. Oh, thank God for
Oh,
for
boy.
Katie, listener Katie and genomics because we were flying by the seat of our pants
Oh,
and
my. Ooh, that's no fun. Don't play by the sea.
no, I don't know if I can't remember if I've told the story. I'm going to tell it to you now, and you tell me if you think I've told the story
Okay.
before. Okay, listener Katie and I are in the genomics class, okay? And part of that was that you had to, like, go out, get some dirt, and then you were going to, like, isolate a bacteria
Okay.
from the dirt,
Okay.
and then it was like a whole thing, and you do this little like plasma, blah blah blah, and then eventually we're gonna go to this place in St. Louis and look at it under an electron microscope and look at our little bacteria. It was a whole thing, okay? And then semester 2 we sequenced the DNA. Terrible. So
Terrible.
It was
That's
terrible.
Okay.
So she and I are working on this project, okay? And
My
my
partner's on it.
well, no, we were all supposed to be doing our own thing.
You're wrong. Okay.
My dirt didn't work, okay, which was my fault because I forgot and I fucked up the dirt gathering process, which you would be shocked, but very possible.
I'm surprised. Okay.
So panicked, forgot, did it wrong, didn't work, didn't matter because our professor was just like, hey, listen, just take some of Katie's. Okay, hers worked. I was like, okay, perfect. And that was literally perfect because now we have the same bacteria.
You do. You do.
So fast forward, and there's this part in this that like you're basically like doing this process over and over, trying to isolate one singular like bacteria. Okay, and so you get your little pipettes and you're doing this, and it's like days of doing this. Da, 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 like
Okay.
and we only meet like twice a week, so you're going in doing this for weeks.
Okay.
And we get down to this thing, and we have to run whatever distillation or whatever. I don't remember. Sam would know what this is.
Sure.
And it's gonna produce this like gel, like a little rectangular gel, and it's got these little like lines in it that are gonna tell you whatever we needed to know.
Okay.
Okay. And so there was an equation to figure this out, what you needed.
Okay.
Okay. In the book. So listener Katie and I read this. Neither of us know what the fuck we're doing. We were both really good students. I really need to
I'm like,
emphasize
that's
this.
what I'm-
Couldn't figure it
yeah.
out. It was
Okay. I was like
so far
like,
over my
you're
head.
Good at this stuff.
No, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And our professor didn't really tell us what to do. She's like, it's in the book. So we're like, okay.
Oh, nice. Good professor.
So
Excellent.
we're reading this and we're like, okay, well, I mean, it says do this. So we took the equation exactly as it was written in the book, did that, put our stuff in. It works. Great. Okay, we did it right. Whew. It's in the book. Okay, she was right. Cut to one of our classmates. There's only 8 people in this entire class, by the way.
Right.
One of our classmates says, hey, what'd you do for this? And we're like, oh, the equation's in the book.
I feel like I know where this is going.
So she's like, oh, okay, great. We're like, yeah, just do it exactly as it says it. She does it, ruins her whole thing. because you weren't supposed to do the equation in the book. You were supposed to figure out your own numbers and plug them in, and then it would give you the number that you needed for whatever. It was just sheer dumb luck that the one that was in the book, the example, worked for ours. And because we were doing the same bacteria,
Right.
it worked for both.
Oh my god.
So that girl, had to go in that weekend and redo all of her shit.
Oh no.
Now, we didn't really like her, so it was
Oh,
okay.
okay.
It was completely unintentional. But
Right. Yeah. You didn't sabotage her.
Right.
You really thought you were doing it
we
right.
really did.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
the professor was just, she was like, the one girl's doesn't work. And she's like, well, what did you do? And she's like, well, I talked to Abby and Kate and they said just do this. Right. Throws us right under the bus. And she was like, why would you do that? And we're like, because we did that and it worked. And she goes, what do you mean it worked? Because it never should have worked. And we were like, I don't know. And so we were dying. I still laugh about that, about her. We just absolutely fucked that poor girl over unintentionally. But we were just flying by the seat of our pants. And I mean, it was just the biggest coincidence that it worked.
You know what the moral of the story is?
Yeah.
Dumbass professor, teach your students. Please. I beg of you.
I beg of you.
Teach your
So,
students. Okay.
God bless.
All right.
So yeah,
Hilarious.
Thank God for
I
listening,
don't think
Katie.
you told this story, but if you have, well, whatever. We got it again.
Right. She got us. She got me through.
It's still a good story.
Genomics.
Oh, I have to say something about you. This morning I was on the phone with Abby.
I was like, is this like an intervention?
No, this morning I was on the phone with Abby, and she was telling me something,
Okay.
and I believe you must have been walking to your desk after getting like some coffee or something.
Yeah.
And I hear her telling me, saying words, saying whatever.
I was talking about whatever.
And then all of a sudden I hear, hi, it's high pitched, almost like a karate, like, hiya, like kind of sound.
Yeah, it was like I was saying like, oh, okay, and I was doing this.
Yeah. And
And
then she just smoothly went right back to saying exactly what she was telling me and continued on to her desk. And I was
As
like,
if nothing had happened.
I was like, wait, time out. What was that noise? I had to stop her and make her tell me what the noise was because I was like, what the hell just happened?
Right. Which it was that Sully had left. He's got those like the Nyla bones or whatever left in the middle of the road. Of course, I'd like tripped on it, nearly died.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And
And
we're
so-
the end of serious beef.
And she corrected herself. Oh, no, not the end of Serious Beef. Corrects herself and goes on. I'm like, wow, what a professional storyteller.
No, you leave me at the part that like telling that story, I went on like 3 different tangents.
It's
but
true, but that's
when a real actual like
Yeah.
thing was going on.
Nothing will stop her. Not even a
Smooth.
bone in the road.
Oh God.
Well, okay, let's continue on with that vein of the biology class or the genomics, whatever, the genomics class.
Yeah, tell me about your dissection.
So when I was in high school, I took an anatomy class, and we had to dissect a cat.
Okay.
And so you had to partner up.
Did they supply the cats or did you have to bring your own?
No,
Just kidding.
they supplied them. They smelled horrible.
They smell like formaldehyde.
They smelled from
Everything,
which is a horrible smell.
It really is.
The minute you got up towards, it was up on the top floor, and I think they put them as far away from everybody as possible that night because the smell is so
It's
bad.
so bad.
But anyway, yeah, as you climb the stairs, you just get closer and closer. You're like, ugh, time to do the cats.
terrible.
Yeah, so so we're partner up, and I'm with somebody who's like a year younger than me, so I didn't really know this guy very well. And my two friends who were taking the class with these two guys, they partner up. I'm like, screw you guys, and they left me with this other guy, and so we're at the same kind of lab tables.
Yeah.
The four
I can
of us.
imagine. They're
Two
like
cats.
I know exactly what kind of lab
Okay,
tables.
right. They're tall, and we're actually standing at these tables. Okay, and so we're going step by step, and we're learning how to dissect this cat. And at one point, I didn't know if we had a girl or boy. I didn't know. I mean, like, what do I know? And there was this big flab of something across its belly, and so we just like, well, because they're telling you like when you cut them open, you should be able to see this, that, or that. We couldn't see nothing but this big flab, and so we cut that off. And then our teacher came by. He's like, "Oh, well, your cat can no longer feed your kittens." We was like, cut off all her titties, I guess. I don't know. So
It was like whatever, like
it was a big long piece.
Memory.
Yeah.
memory.
We cut them all off. So
That's
I don't think
hilarious.
we were not supposed to do that. So that was kind of funny. But we were like, to tell you the truth, buddy, this cat's not feeding anybody, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
I tell you what, us cut that off is not the reason why she can't.
Exactly. This is not going to be the problem. So then, I don't know who started it. It was not me. I did not start it. One of the guys decided after he cut off a piece of cat fat
Oh no.
to fling it, and it landed on my neck.
It's like still there, folks.
It's still there. Look at it. It is not still there. And can you imagine just the slap sound hits your neck? This dead cat fat. And I'm
That's
like,
awful.
I'm like, oh, gross. So then the cat fat flinging begins. And it's flying across the room. The cat fat fight in the anatomy class. The teacher had stepped out, of course.
Well,
So I don't remember getting caught. So we must have all quit throwing it before he got back. So
oh boy.
that was gross. Then one day, there was a guy who parked right outside the window, and he had been mean to me, and so we decided to throw the cat fat out the window, and it landed all over his windshield of his van. Oh shit! And we put cat fat all over the windshield of his van. So that was very mean of us, but
Well, you know what? He had it coming.
he was not very nice. But that's my dissection stories.
That's funny.
And that class was hard, man. That was a hard class.
The anatomy classes,
Yeah.
the phys path that I took.
Yeah, I
tough.
found it interesting, but that was tough. But I got through it.
We briefly talked about this before, but I did dissect a worm.
I remember that. I'm like a worm. How do you even
worm.
see anything? How do you even tell anything apart?
It's terrible.
It's just goose.
It is. And
Like, how do you see any actual anatomy?
no, none. It's because there's like vertebrates and invertebrates. There's,
Right.
starfish. I had to dissect a starfish.
Did you really? Okay. Was that cool or no? Could you see any actual
It's a
different
starfish.
parts?
I mean, like, I don't know. Starfish aren't very complex.
That's true.
There wasn't a whole lot going on.
I mean, the cat was cool because that's quite
There was a
complex.
fish. Remember, I did a
Okay.
fish.
Okay.
The fish and the worm and the starfish were just really easy to screw up
Well, yeah.
because what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
Don't have no surgical training.
Right. You got.
I didn't even screw up in.
I don't believe this man has ever been to medical school.
I had it. You know, I mean, I'm got me and fucking machete over here, like.
Oh, there goes the worm. No way, you just covered.
No.
What else?
Yeah.
Anything else? Did you dissect anything else?
I think we did, but like I said, fish
I
and
remember your dad did a pig. He had to dissect a pig in
I-
his anatomy class.
I want to say I can't. Birds were talked about, but I can't remember if like I actually dissected a
Interesting.
bird,
Okay, okay.
or if that was just something that like we had one, or they were talking about it like
Gotcha.
in theory. But
Well, I will
Yeah.
tell you that we took a field trip
Oh.
while in that class
I know exactly what
to
you're talking about.
Logan Chiropractic School, and we got to watch a dissection of a human.
Cadaver.
That was awful, and also still smelly. And
Well-
that was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. You had to literally kind of tell yourself that this is not a human being. You had to just,
Yeah.
you had to kind of trick your mind like, nope, this is just a model.
You have to disconnect.
Yep, you have to, because if you lingered on that a little too long, that this was a human
little-
being. This is someone's loved one. That was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard for me. And I was like, oh, okay, nope, it's just a model. It's just plastic or whatever. Yeah, I just was
Yeah.
kind of check out a little bit there, and then it was crazy interesting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to
I
have
think-
the opportunity
I
to do
think
that was
Yeah.
really, really good. And honestly, it kind of everybody in that class who was thinking about going into the medical field, if you weren't handling that, then you knew
Yeah.
I gotta find a different path, and that is what I did.
Well,
So, that was not for me.
I really enjoy that kind of stuff. I mean, I know I do graphic design now, but I was as a freshman into college was on the path to do veterinary medicine.
Right.
And before, when I was in high school, I would considered that or a osteo whatever blah blah blah, a bone doctor, bone surgeon.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the other thing I considered. So I find the medical stuff very interesting. You see, I
is
could have been Dr. Wilhelm, but
Dr. Wilhelm. Can you imagine?
lucky you just get free Christmas cards.
Damn it.
Damn it! One of those is way more useful.
Really?
Really?
So?
But how many bone things have you had to have
My
done?
bones are fragile. I am old.
You haven't. You
I'm
haven't
probably
had a
gonna
single
need hip
bone
replacements.
surgery. Well, that's down the road. But how many Christmas cards? Imagine the money you saved on Christmas cards and calendars.
No comparison,
There's
folks.
no comparison. T-shirts even.
Do you know? Did we tell the story about when you broke your bone when we went to the surgeon, and you had to have surgery, and then he had to put the cast on.
Oh yeah, this is post surgery. I was
So
like,
right after surgery, we go back we had to wait for kind of the swelling to go down.
Yeah, a
and
few weeks
whatnot,
later.
and then we can put this cast on, right?
yeah, which my surgeon, outstanding.
We loved him.
I mean,
he did a great job for what
Truly
he had to
working
work
miracles.
with. Yeah,
truly working miracles.
Right,
out
'cause
here.
it was a big jigsaw puzzle in there.
It was
And,
rough. But
So
yeah, no, yeah.
she's laying on this table on your stomach.
I was on my stomach because you have your
and the
foot
foot
up
Yep. So the leg is up in the air, and he's trying to make the foot, if you can imagine, go
to like a
like
90
if you were
degree
sitting
angle.
on the floor, if you were sitting in a chair and your foot was completely flat on the floor, and you have this nice 90-degree angle with the leg,
Yeah.
and your foot didn't want to go.
Right. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my stomach. My
Right.
knee is bent, so it's like
foot-
up, and then they're
right.
just trying to get my ankle to go
the-
to 90
the-
degrees.
They had left it bandaged, not at a 90-degree angle,
which was a mistake.
which was maybe a mistake. I don't know if they had to do that with
Right. I don't know.
repairing
That's true.
things. We don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
now we have to try to force it to go.
Because when it
Flat.
heals, when you're for me, it wasn't just a bone break. It was my ligaments had all
Ligaments were
ruptured.
torn, and it was terrible.
And so when those heal with the scar tissue, they're much less flexible.
Right.
And that's what physical therapy and whatnot is doing. But so initially, right, it's like they maybe,
Yes,
barely started that process. Everything is stiff.
Right.
You haven't been moving it.
you couldn't move it at all for
Scar
several,
tissue.
several weeks after surgery. So he's pushing on it to make it go flat, and then they're going to slap this cast on,
Yeah.
and you are in a lot of pain.
Well, yeah.
And she's really, really struggling. The tears are coming. It's very, she's
Calm
trying
down.
not to kind of lose it, but it's very, very painful. And of course, Wayne and I are in the room with her and feeling terrible to see
Right.
you in pain. And so I say to Abby,
All of us cope with humor.
right.
Every
This is
single one.
exactly how we cope with every situation is humor. And so I look at Abby and I said, I don't believe this man's ever been to medical school. And the surgeon
Poor guy.
stops, and he's I don't know what nationality he is, but he
He
had
was
a-
Indian.
Indian, okay. And he had a little bit of accent, and he stops, and he looks at me and goes, "Oh no, very good medical school,
Very cool.
very good medical school."
I'm like, no, it's Toy Story. He goes, oh, I love Toy Story.
So I'm like, and I literally I'm so afraid that I've offended him. So I'm like,
Yes.
no, not you, trying to make her laugh. That's the line from Toy
was
Story.
so funny.
And he goes, oh yeah, I love that movie. That's a great movie. And I'm like, it worked because you laughed. He shoved your foot down,
Yeah.
got that cast on, and
Yeah.
got out the door. But he's no, very good medical
Which
school.
honestly, it broke the tension because it was
It did.
not just him; it was him and like two nurses, and everybody felt like shit
Yeah,
because
the foot was not going, and they knew it was going to really hurt to make it go
Yeah.
the way they want, get it
Well-
all the way in the right angle. And I was like, oh,
Right.
geez.
well,
This is gonna be bad.
They felt terrible, and I remember when I was going into surgery for my initial surgery and whatnot. All the nurses are chatting me up. They're like, "Oh my
Right.
gosh, stop it!" Because they pretty much exclusively work on like seniors, like senior adults.
It's true, usually.
Because it's like you said, hip replacements and things
Right.
like that, right? And I'm 17.
17 years old.
Right, yeah, I'm the youngest patient they've seen in a hot minute.
Hot minute.
So we were kind of
So that was pretty
felt
funny.
really
That was
bad,
a
but
funny
it was funny.
experience that got us through, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Our humor gets us through.
It does. Well, I have let's see. Oh, okay. I want to correct something I said on a previous podcast.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. So when I had my beef with Missouri drivers,
Okay.
I went back and I looked up the stats cuz I wanted to back myself up here,
Okay.
okay? Cuz I was just making claims. And so I looked it up, all right? So as of 2024 or whenever that article was written, it's 2023, 2024, whatever.
Okay.
Point is. Missouri is actually number 10 for worst drivers. They're
Oh, okay.
top 10. They're number
They made
10.
the top 10, so we're not that far
Okay,
off. It's all
for
good.
comparison, Illinois is 24.
Okay.
Probably almost exclusively Chicago.
I mean, honestly, let's be real. That's
But
true.
Missouri is number 2 in road rage incidents.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I believe it. I
Right.
believe it. Okay?
Yeah,
100%. I believe that.
That seems accurate.
Yeah.
That seems accurate.
And I got a question. Okay.
Okay, what do you
Would you consider Tennessee to be part of the Midwest?
Yes.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
I don't know. Probably. Well, so the reason this ties in is
Or are you
because,
saying it's part of the South?
well, that's what I'm asking. I think it's probably officially South, right?
Really? Okay, I don't know.
Well, this ties in because I have a leftover about Tennessee, and I have a horoscope because I'm trying to make up for my previous horoscope.
Yeah, the last episode was a miss, and
It wasn't. Oh, it was. You didn't listen to it.
I didn't listen to it yet, so I don't know how good it is.
It was okay. Wasn't
I was
It wasn't
there.
as funny. It wasn't
I
as
lived
funny.
it. It just wasn't as funny.
Wasn't as funny.
Yeah.
I can do better.
Yeah,
so I'm
so-
making up for it.
All right.
So the horoscope today is: which federally recognized Midwestern state are you?
Oh, okay. Federally
Yeah,
recognized.
it's funny. We're back to
Midwestern
the
state.
Scarlet and Black.
I'll be the judge of that.
The independent student news site of Grinnell College brings us our horoscope yet again because they cracked me up. So,
Okay.
all right, Aries. Aries, you are Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Rock and roll meets country when you're out for a night on the town. Picture yourself in a flannel. It's the ideal fit for your rugged nature.
Picture yourself in a flannel. Okay.
Taurus, you are Iowa.
Ooh, we actually don't like Iowa. Sorry if you're a Taurus and you're Iowa. We don't. You know what? We don't like Iowa because they have terrible winters and they cause a terrible accident.
That's true.
My brothers are in, and so we always say, "Fuck you, Iowa."
Is that why? Okay. Well, Taurus, you're Iowa. Words to describe you include friendly and community-oriented. All things we love about the state are college calls home. And Scarlet and Black. if you
Oh,
will.
okay. Gotcha.
You are a steady pillar of your community, just like Iowa is a steady pillar of the Midwest. I don't know if I'd consider that a steady pillar.
It is pretty steady, I guess. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Maybe the people are friendly. I don't know. We just said the roads are bad, so fuck you, Iowa.
It's true. It's true.
Okay.
Gemini, you are Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan has 2 distinct peninsulas, just like you have 2 sides. Just like you, this state has something to offer everyone as both a water and winter wonderland.
Well, it's true. There's actually some cool places to
I
go.
got no beef with Michigan.
Yeah, it's some of the cities are a little rough, but what city isn't? So, yeah. Okay.
Cancer, you're North Dakota.
North Dakota.
North Dakota. Your self-protectiveness sometimes comes across as reclusiveness, and people have to put in some effort to see your charms. But just like this northern state, once people get close, they will fall in love with your bison and rolling hills or whatever it is you have to offer. That's Dad.
You have bison and rolling hills. We'll fall in love with you.
Yeah.
I actually love the bison. You know I do.
I know.
They're
And
cool.
Cancer is mine.
There you go. That's it.
All right, Leo.
Oh, who knew?
Leo, you are Ohio.
Okay.
Home to the Ohio State University, you'll never let the other states forget your victories over Michigan.
You didn't say that right. Home to the Ohio State
Oh, sorry.
University.
Home to the Ohio State University.
Much better.
You even have your own viral song, Swag Like Ohio. Never heard of this.
Never heard. How is this viral?
I would have sell Ohio.
Just for that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Virgo. Virgo is Minnesota.
Minnesota.
You're the perfect combination of outdoorsy meets artsy. Ideally, you're the best person to settle down and have 2 kids and a golden doodle in the suburbs that you take on family vacations to Lake Minnetonka.
Minnetonka. That's actually an excellent name of a lake. But you can't do anything outdoorsy in Minnesota because you will be chewed to death by mosquitoes.
It's what is it? The land of
Don't
10,000 lakes, and we say 10 million
Yep,
mosquitoes.
the land of 10 million mosquitoes. Or it's so freaking cold
That's true.
that you will die. That is it. That is
legit.
legit. I told my brother, I'm never visiting you in the winter ever again. I don't even know why you live in Minnesota. It's hot in the summer. You don't even get nice, cool summers.
No, it's
terrible summers. You get bit by a million mosquitoes. No bug spray works on them. They were industrial size. I'm telling you what. They're immune to all bug sprays. And then you freeze to death in the winter. There's nothing good about it.
But the mosquitoes don't freeze to death in the winter.
No, they survive it.
Fuckers.
It's true.
All right. Libra. Libra, you are Nebraska.
Oh, good old Nebraska.
Good old Nebraska.
Nothing beats Nebraska.
All about balance, you sit right in the middle of the country. Though some might say you're mid, you are cultivatingly beautiful.
That's funny that you say that. I talked to a lady today who said that she went on a road trip with her husband and they drove through Nebraska. And the whole way there, he kept saying, "Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? I want to come back sometime. This is beautiful."
What do you mean? Come back, you've seen it.
He wanted to come back and see it again, apparently.
Well, guess what? Return trip.
And she thought it was boring as fuck. She was just like,
Okay.
"Why do you think this is beautiful?
Well,
This is very boring."
We're going to get to something like that.
So that was pretty funny.
All right, Scorpio.
Okay.
You're Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Your jokes are kind of cheesy and your smell is even cheesier. That's why...
What? Your smell is even cheesier?
That's why we are sending you to the land of the cheese lovers. You'll fit right in.
What? What is this description? How do you know
They
they
have-
smell like cheese?
Apparently all Scorpios smell like cheese. You heard it here first.
What the hell? I know several Scorpios, sorry. I know several Scorpios
I don't know a single scorpion that
that smells
smells like cheese.
cheese. I don't know any Scorpios that smell like cheese.
All right, listen, we got 4 more. We got
Okay,
4
here we
more.
go.
Sagittarius,
God,
Okay,
that's
that's
me,
you.
folks. That's me, ladies.
Illinois.
What do you know?
What do you know?
It's destined.
Destin.
Good thing I live here. Go on.
All right, home to the cultural hub of the Midwest, Chicago. You're a
course.
fireball force to be reckoned with. We never underestimate your versatility. You're the Sagittarius superstar of transportation.
I hope it's practical. It's fantastic.
All right, Capricorn.
Capricorn. Here we go.
Kansas.
Kansas. Fucking Kansas. You got the best state ever.
Ashley fucking hates Kansas.
Oh.
Ashley, they were driving to Colorado once, drove through Kansas. She goes, it was worst drive of my life.
Because this guy drove through Kansas and then Nebraska and thought it was like the best drive of his life.
She said, there's nothing to look at.
There's nothing.
In Kansas. There's no service. So you can't even do anything.
Oh,
and I'm
boy.
like,
So you just
unfortunate.
got to sleep through those states when you're on a road trip.
What are you supposed to sleep for? What, 10,
I don't
12
know.
hours?
Just drugs. Knock yourself out, man.
I guess. All right, Capricorn, it's
All right,
Kansas.
Kansas.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, but you are.
I was like, wait a minute.
You are hardworking, perfect for a life out in the fields. While this may not be the most glamorous, just know that you are an integral part of society.
Boo.
I want to be integral.
I don't want to be Kansas.
Aquarius, you're South Dakota.
South Dakota.
We don't-
Nice.
We don't care what anyone says. There's more to you than just Mount Rushmore. One thing we know for sure is that you're a monumental experience for sure.
It's true. That's a true statement. And we got to go see the Badlands in South Dakota because that's actually awesome.
Why did I think that Mount Rushmore is in North Dakota?
I don't know why, but you would have been wrong.
They said there's more to you than just Mount Rushmore, and my initial thought was, I sure hope so. 'Cause- All right, Pisces, you're Missouri.
Missouri.
At the center of the Midwest music scene, your jazzy style never gets cramped when you've produced Charlie Parker, Lester Young, and Norman Brown. Everybody's so creative.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually awesome.
So that is that's your Midwest horoscope.
Excellent.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna just keep talking. Just gonna keep gabbing at
Are you really?
Yep, because this relates to the Midwest, if you will.
Okay.
If you'll let me.
Okay.
We play D&D on Monday nights, you know. You're aware of this?
Yes.
Virtually. Our DM, who runs the game, he lives in Tennessee. Okay? He
Okay.
is the one who told us about the burger
Cookout.
place. Cookout.
Yeah.
He's the one who told us about Cookout.
Yes.
And so he obviously knows Tennessee very well.
Sure.
All right. He is from around Chattanooga-ish. All right.
Okay.
He tells us one day, first of all, this man has lived a life.
Oh, well, I hope so.
Okay. He's like about my age. He's lived a life. He went to the same high school as Taylor Swift.
Oh, you did tell me this.
Yeah. Taylor Swift walked in on him in his boxers when he was changing for the school play.
Oh.
That's the only time he's ever met her.
This is claim to fame. Taylor Swift's
I
home in his
know.
boxers. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking
And
hilarious.
she probably doesn't even remember, but you know,
There's no way.
we won't hurt his feelings. I'm sure she remembers.
Right.
You're perfect.
Sorry. You're perfect. He's happily married now.
Good for him.
Not to Taylor Swift.
It's true. We know this.
Well, so he says, have you guys ever heard about the Yellow Deli?
The Yellow Deli, like a DELI, like a sandwich place?
Yep.
Okay.
You ever heard of this?
No.
It's a cult.
Oh,
And it's a deli.
and a deli? So you could get a sandwich while you're in your cult.
Well, the cult runs the deli.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they try to kidnap you into the cult if you go and order food from there?
Well, it's not really a kidnapping. It's more of a slow conversion kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
There's like a college nearby.
Oh.
Okay, so they try to convert a lot of the college kids.
Okay, I
So
see.
I found Fox News, always a reliable
Always,
source.
always a reliable source.
but
Never
Fox
doubt
News-
anything you ever hear on Fox News.
Right. Well,
Sorry, I tried. Couldn't say it seriously.
Christina Coulter of Fox News wrote this article October 31st, actually.
Just this past October 31st.
So this is a recent.
Oh, okay,
This is
okay.
a recent.
Pretty up to date.
Oh, it's still going. This cult still
still a
exists.
cult. Okay,
Oh yeah,
haven't drank the
they're
Kool-Aid
all
yet.
over.
Okay.
This cult is all over.
All over the country?
The
All over the world? Oh, the world.
But specifically mostly in the United States. Okay, now listen to this. Okay, so this is the article title. I'm giving the Skinny Scoop poop today.
You apparently
folks.
are. Okay, here.
All
hit
right.
me.
Cult-run Yellow Deli gets rave reviews across U.S. as a.
Hang on a minute. What? We can't even get the headline out. That's it.
I'm only halfway through the headline.
He literally brought tears to her eyes. I was like, wait, I was so stunned. Okay, try again.
Cult-run Yellow.
Can't.
You fucking ruined it.
Okay.
Cult-run Yellow Deli. Stop doing that. Just act normal.
I tried not to look at you because it makes me laugh.
Cult-run Yellow Deli gets rave reviews across U.S. as escaped members dish on fear behind closed doors.
What?
Subheader. The 12 Tribes funds its operations through an unassuming restaurant franchise.
Wait. Okay. We gotta unpack a lot there.
Yeah.
How do they get rave reviews? What was the last half of that?
They get rave reviews across the U.S. as escaped members dish on fear behind closed doors.
They dish on.
The escaped members
Fear?
are no. The escaped members aren't writing the reviews. It's like this deli is getting reviews
are
as the
someone-
escaped
but they-
members. At the same time, these escaped
As
members
the
are
same time.
talking
I'm
about
like,
the fear.
Are they literally out there be like, I feared for my life and escaped, but that deli is delicious. I would go back. No regrets. I don't know how I'm gonna live without that sandwich.
I knew it was a cult 6 months in, but I stayed for 6 more years because damn it, that turkey salad.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. You ever had a pastrami like that?
No, you can't get that anywhere else.
No. No. That's not what it is. Okay. Okay. All right. Behind a chain serving up soups and hot deli sandwiches is a fundamentalist cult.
Can't breathe.
accused of exploiting its members, including children, for free labor.
Oh my God.
Since the founding of its Chattanooga, Tennessee flagship location in 1973,
This has been going on.
the Yellow Deli has opened at least 33 stores across 11 U.S. states, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Japan, Spain, Brazil, and Argentina.
It is worldwide. Oh my gosh.
However,
Okay.
none of its workers are paid.
Oh, ever.
Instead,
They get free sandwiches. That's why they. Yes, they're addicted. It's a crack in a sandwich. This is to say that they put the drugs in the sandwiches. That's how they keep it working for free. Oh no.
Instead, proceeds go towards the communal lifestyles of the members of the 12 tribes, which is the 12 tribes is the cult. The Yellow Deli is the restaurant, just so you were clear.
Okay.
Which has about 40 communities internationally and approximately 3,000 collective members, according to their website. You can go to their website. I
want to see. I'm a commercial person, a banker. So I mean, I'm like, what's the LLC behind this? Is it the 12 Tribes LLC?
I don't know. I think it's the Yellow Deli. Anyway, we all live and work together, the site's FAQ page reads, adding that all of its volunteers are living a pure and holy life through the organization's teachings. Wow. Members of the 12 tribes abide by the tenets of the New and Old Testaments, live together like disciples in the book of Acts, work together and worship together. They celebrate Jewish holidays like the Sabbath, Yom Kippur, and Shavuot.
Shavuot.
Shavuot. I'm going to go with Shavuot. It's Shavuot.
Okay.
Shavuot.
Okay.
Shavuot.
Whatever.
We hope that through having an open, hospitable place like our Yellow Deli, people will be able to see that we are not really strange and scary, but just friendly folks who love God and our neighbors. According to the deli's website, which does not mention the 12 tribes directly.
I know, like, but you don't pay your employees. I think that's illegal.
Well, they're volunteers.
Oh, okay.
The establishments have many positive reviews on sites like Yelp, with visitors praising the restaurant's soups, salads, decor, and friendly atmosphere.
Oh my God.
Honestly, by far the most amazing place I've been to in a long while, one Yelp reviewer wrote of the New York location. The atmosphere is beyond warming and friendly, and the staff truly treat you like friends, or better yet, long-lost companions whom they haven't seen since years past.
Oh my goodness.
It says, I felt welcomed and at home beyond I could imagine. The food is spectacular, the drinks are spectacular, and I could not get enough. Highly, highly recommend. 10 of 10 would die on this claim.
Well, apparently that person's sucked in too. Oh wow! This headline, I have to tell you because this is just funny to me.
Okay.
Yellow Deli, a good place to eat or a cult on the street?
You decide. Both. It's both.
Oh.
This guy
Gosh.
Mason told Fox News Digital that nothing seemed, quote, out of the ordinary when he first visited his local Yellow Deli location in Massachusetts. And that he thought it was a mom and pop restaurant, but his views changed after several off-putting experiences.
Oh, really? They're trying to get him in there, aren't they?
The second time I went in, I talked with the cashier who seemed exhausted, Mason said. I didn't really think anything of it until the third visit when I met an older man working replenishing pamphlets. He was telling me about their community and the importance of contributing to the betterment of their community, and it was just a kind of unsettling sounding conversation. I later found out that they were some sort of cult and that every employee there is part of their community that the older man was talking to me about. It was this seemingly innocuous location for lunch, and instead it's this whole weird thing. I haven't been back since. The whole thing just creeps me out. I couldn't tell if the man was gauging my interest for recruitment at the time, but I've always been too creeped out to go back.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. This person comments, the sandwiches are great. It's just too bad they fund a cult. Mm-hmm. Like, who says that?
There's a Dr. Something Hassan, a former member of the Mooney cult who founded the Freedom of Mind Resource Center, and after escaping their influence, described the group behind the sandwich-making venture as exhibiting cult-like practices. The 12 Tribes does everything from changing recruits' names, telling them that they have to surrender all their money and all their possessions to the group. They have to change their clothing. Women have to wear dresses and have their hair out.
Oh.
And men have to grow beards. Their indoctrination includes sleep deprivation, rigid rules, and regulations depending on the man for obedience and dependency because they think they're the only true Christians on earth.
Oh my God. Oh, I have no words.
So this article continues, but I do like this. In their bylaws, the group claims that, quote, drug and alcohol abuse is an attempt to fill the emptiness and soothe the pain caused by a bad conscience, and that they have no place in their lives because we are forgiven. However, former members have alleged that they were unknowingly drugged with FBI writing that, quote, there is drug use at the commune through baking drugs into ritual bread.
Oh,
LSD,
we called it.
LSD and hallucinogenic plants are usually used. There are other allegations that the 12 tribes could not be reached for comment.
We tried. We reached out. We said, hey, you got anything to say? Oh,
Hassan,
my word.
Dr. Hassan said that the cult's delis can ingratiate themselves into communities where people may not know about the group's practices. They don't know who they are, and they seem friendly and warm, he said. They're nice people. People in cults are good people and nice people, but they have this us versus them attitude. They deceive the locals. Yeah, they make good food, but it's used primarily as a recruitment vehicle. Well, that's the end of the article.
Okay,
Yeah, they make good food, but
they're also drugging the people that they've convinced to now give up everything, change their name, dress a certain way, behave a certain way. Yet that's a cult. That's not nice people. That's someone trying to control you, your life.
So yeah,
and use you as slave labor so that they can make money.
Our DM drops this on us that he's like, yeah, I used to
you
go
heard-
in there. He's like, good sandwiches. It's a cult.
Unbelievable. I've never heard of the Yellow Devil.
Absolutely
Never.
insane.
That's a new one.
And
for
they're
me.
all over.
Yeah, apparently. Wow.
And yeah, but there's like a place in his town where he lives in his town. Absolutely wild.
That's okay. But that's wild and wacky stuff.
So yeah, I had to tell you
that was a
I
new
had
one, that was a new one for me.
I don't know if I had said it on the podcast that I had a cult story, but that was I had said it afterwards to you. That I
I
have a
thought
cult
you
story.
said cold as in COLT.
No.
I'm like, oh, she's gonna tell me about a little horse.
CULT. Cult.
I took that the wrong way. Okay, I mentioned this story about this 86-year-old woman who wrote a review of the Olive Garden that opened in Grand Forks.
Okay.
Where's Grand Forks? North Dakota? South Dakota?
How the
Which
fuck
one?
would I know?
Okay. Well, I mentioned it, but I wanted to tell you more about it. So
Right.
here's my leftovers about this. So this woman, literally, 86 years old, writes for the local newspaper.
Okay.
Okay, and she writes this really fun, upbeat review in the local newspaper about the Olive Garden. It was brand new and it had just opened in town.
That's very cute.
Okay, and so she was going to go and check it out and write the review. So she says, after a lengthy wait for the Olive Garden to open in Grand Forks, the lines were long in February. The novelty is slowly wearing off, but the steady following attests to the warm welcome. My first visit to Olive Garden was during mid-afternoon, so I could be sure to get in. After a late breakfast, I figured a late lunch would be fashionable. It's just so cute.
She's so cute. I love her.
The place is impressive. It's fashioned in Tuscan farmhouse style with a welcoming entryway. There is seating for those who are waiting. She's very thorough in her review. My booth was near the kitchen, and I watched the waiters in white shirts, ties, black trousers, and aprons adorned with gold-colored towels. They were busy at midday, punching in orders and carrying out bread and pasta. It had been a few years since I ate at the older Olive Garden in Fargo, so I studied the two manageable menus, offering appetizers, soups, and salads, grilled sandwiches, pizzas, classic dishes, chicken and seafood, and filled pastas. At length, I asked my server what she would recommend. She suggested chicken Alfredo, and I went with that.
The chicken whoa, calm down. I'm gonna go crazy.
Instead of the raspberry lemonade, she suggested I drank water.
I'd go crazy, folks.
You gotta get the peach Bellini. We can't go with the raspberry. That was just too much.
No, you gotta go with the peach Bellini.
Peach Bellini.
Delicious.
Is it a lemonade? Or is it just like a Bellini?
I don't remember. I don't know what a Bellini is.
It's a drink. It's a kind of drink. Is it an alcoholic drink? Get on that.
I'm fun now.
Okay, so the waiter first brought me the familiar Olive Garden salad bowl with crisp greens, peppers, onion rings. Now, I don't know if I would call them onion rings.
It's a peach Bellini tea.
Oh, that's so sad. I think it's a kind of tea.
It's delicious.
And yes, it came with several black olives.
That's what she wrote. Here's the thing. Hold on now. Because she's described a previous Olive Garden.
I know. I thought she had never been to one.
Right.
She apparently had been to the one in Fargo.
Sure.
Okay. Now, Along with it came a plate of 2 long, warm breadsticks. The chicken Alfredo was $10.95. It was warm and comforting.
Damn, that's a steal nowadays.
Well, yeah, was warm and comforting on a cold day. The portion was generous. My server was ready with Parmesan cheese. As I ate, I noticed the vases and planters with permanent flower displays on the ledges. There are several dining areas with arched doorways, and there is a fireplace that adds warmth to the decor.
Wow.
Olive Garden. Olive Garden. She's at the wrong restaurant.
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden has an attractive bar area to the right of the entryway. The restaurant has a full liquor license and a wine list offering a wide selection of complement Italian meals. Sorry.
You know what? They do though, because that wine, you got the Roscata there.
That's my favorite wine. and
it's
I go there.
it's like the best wine.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
and it's not too expensive.
They also have non-alcoholic beverages, including coolers, specialty coffees, and hot teas. And on a hot summer day, I will try that raspberry lemonade that was recommended. How adorable is that?
And when people wrote this lady a new one for her cute
They
little
were
review of
so
Olive
mean
Garden.
to her.
It's Olive Garden.
It's terrible.
You're your family.
It's exactly. She also talks about that there are homemade soups, salad, breadsticks. It's available for lunch till 4 p.m. for $6.95. Can't get it for $6.95 now. Oh my gosh, I'm dying a lot. She goes on to talk about the low-fat and gluten-free items that are available on the menu as well.
She's thorough.
And Olive Garden has an allergen information guide.
She's thorough.
Very thorough. All in all, it is the largest and most beautiful restaurant now operating in Grand Forks. Grand Forks. It attracts visitors from out of town as well as people who live here. Olive Garden has gained a very nice following since 1982 with its ample portions and relaxed ambiance. It's known for its classic lasagna, fettuccine alfredo, and chicken parmesan. That's the end of it. How could anyone roast this sweet little lady who wrote this adorable review of the Olive Garden? Because it had just opened in town, and she, was writing for the little local paper, and wrote this very nice review. And people were like so mean to her. But I will tell you that Anthony Bourdain came to her defense because people were just mocking her on the internet.
Right.
Just
I think I remember you saying this.
Yeah, and so he thought that, people who do these types of small town reviews like this and talk about the food, like that's just as valuable as someone who's doing a review of some high-end, crazy, expensive restaurant that most people can't even get to.
Yeah.
And so it's like, let's everybody be cool, chill out. So I finally found the review that she wrote, and it's so adorable. And I don't know her name, but she was 86 at the time when she wrote this, and it's just the cutest thing. So I don't know. I think it's cute. I think it's adorable.
Did you hear?
No.
This is off topic, but I remember Ashley mentioned this earlier in the week, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to talk to Mom about this," and I haven't had a chance.
Okay.
Andy Banker.
Yes. Fox 2 News.
Fox News. Andy Banker. You went to high school with him.
I did go to high school with him.
Did you know his son was missing?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was earlier this week. His son was missing. No, he's been found.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
thank God.
Yes. I just looked it up. Yeah. He's been found, but he was missing.
Wow.
I know. That's the whole story.
Well, I hope he's okay. It just says he was missing, but now he's been found.
Yeah, I don't know really.
Oh my goodness. And I guess he's how old is he? He's not. Andy's my age, so depending on when he had kids, who knows?
His son was 22.
Okay, I was gonna say that's around Liv's age. Well,
yeah, I'm
glad they found him. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, there was a Facebook post, but it says this content isn't available right now, so they maybe took down the post. But
okay.
Yeah, no, it was like a whole thing. Andy Banker's son, Tan. Yeah, they found him in North Dakota, I think, or something like that. So,
okay.
But I thought I just had to tell you that.
That's funny.
I was like,
That's
you know
funny.
who Andy Banker is.
I do know who Andy Banker is.
Yeah, his son was
and
missing.
every time we have a reunion, it's my favorite thing in the whole world because he says, I'm Andy Banker from Fox 2 News.
Like you don't know.
Like we don't know who he is.
Like he hasn't introduced himself in every single.
And why are you telling us that you work at Fox 2 News? It's just.
And why are you I'm Andy Banker. I know.
You're right.
We went to high school together.
We've obviously all changed since we graduated from high school.
Sure.
It's
not Andy Banker.
It's been.
I don't know.
It's been a couple of years, but Just say that you're Andy Baker. Don't tell me that you're Andy Baker from Fox News. I find that hilarious. I think it's just fantastic.
Fucking hilarious.
So yeah, that's. But I'm glad his son has been found and hopefully safe. Yes.
Now, okay, let's see. I got a quick.
You got anything
Remember
else?
Yeah, I got a couple things. We got a little bit of time to kill here,
Okay,
so
let's do it.
do you remember when we did the food episode?
Yes, like
Okay.
recipes or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And you were talking about Olivia puts ketchup on her mac and cheese.
I was wrong. It is not ketchup. I'm glad you brought that up because I have to do a retraction.
Well, what was it?
I couldn't remember what in the world she would put in her mac and cheese, and it's a weird thing, but it is not ketchup.
What is it?
She dips her dill pickles in mac and cheese.
I know about this. I know
And
about this
it
because I took her to
sounds-
McAllister's.
Yes, she does it there. Yes,
I actually
it sounds so horrific to me.
It does. I actually do love that though with Olivia because Liv and I we have such an age gap. We don't really have a whole lot of things that she and I do together.
Right.
Really. Her and Ashley have bonded though.
They really have.
But every year, Liv and I usually play hooky from work at lunchtime, and we go and get our sweet tea.
Oh yes.
And we'll get
Yes,
McAllister's
on the free sweet tea day.
on the free
Yes.
tea on free tea day. We'll go get our free tea and get
Yeah,
McAllister's,
get some
and we'll eat
McAllister.
that. And I am forced to watch her eat her
She
pickle.
loves
and mac and cheese.
McAllister's.
And I give her my pickle.
Yeah, and I love a good dip. Hang on. No, I need another retraction. Holy shit. I'm done. I stumbled over my words. Please don't cut this out. Your laugh is fantastic. I love it. I love a good pickle. Take the kettle off. It's true. It's true. The kettle is done. I love a good pickles beer. It's delicious.
What you said.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I love a good pick. That's what you said.
No, I said I was gonna say tickle, and I meant tickle. So I stopped myself. Love a good pickles beer, but I don't want it in my mac and cheese. That sounds like a terrible combination to me.
That sounds terrible. That sounds
It
terrible.
sounds terrible. But she likes it. But you know what?
Oh, I'm crying.
Everybody likes their own thing, I guess.
Well, we
I
can't
don't
all
know.
be perfect.
Can't all be perfect.
Holy shit, I'm crying.
We can all.
Oh,
Okay. You got anything else left over?
yeah, I figure I'd talk about Disney.
Oh, okay. What's your? You kind of have a beef with Disney.
I do.
Okay. 2 beefs in 1 episode.
Did we already tell the story?
I don't think so. You said that's for another time. Don't get me started on Disney.
You're right. Okay, so
Okay.
once upon a time, you had to do like a teacher conference thing or something like that.
I did.
Okay, and it was a writing thing.
So it was like you had to do continuing education. Okay. And so in the summer, there was all kinds of different workshops and different things you could go to get your hours in. Or whatever.
Sure.
So I went to this one workshop or whatever. Okay. And they gave us like an assignment, right?
I wasn't there.
The actual assignment was to put together a type of portfolio, basically to show different things that you do, if you want, whether it be to parents or if you go on interviews or whatever. Okay, and so I had to put together, and they gave you kind of a list of things that should be in your portfolio.
Portfolio.
And some of them would be like different lessons that you obviously did with your students, some kind of fun, creative things that you did. And so one of them was
to do a twist on the fairy tale.
to do it. You would maybe start the fairy tale, and then the students had to write a different ending, some type of twist. Okay, so
Yep.
I said, Abby, write me.
Because I would
Right.
come with bad shit
There
ideas.
you go. Well, I wanted to put I was going to have you actually do this and put your story in the portfolio, which I did. And so I said, write me the end, a twist on if
On the princess
the
and the frog.
princess and the frog. What would you change about it? How would you make it a twist? And so
And
you wrote the story for me.
Yeah. How old was I, do you think? Give me an
You were
estimation.
probably like 3rd grade or something. I mean, you
Yeah.
were- yeah.
Like 8 or 9, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're like, give me a twist for the story. And I said, well, okay, what if when the princess kisses the frog, instead of the frog turning into the prince, what if the princess turns into a frog?
Right. And
Those
then
bastards. And those bastards.
our house was bugged. They stole her
They
idea.
stole my fucking idea. Who did you take that portfolio to? Who did you show that portfolio to?
we go to see. I take you guys to see.
Well, okay, actually, to tell the full story,
Okay, go ahead.
was the princess kisses the frog, turns into a frog. There's a whole thing in the middle. I don't really care.
Right.
At the very end, the frogs kiss again. The princess and the prince frog, whatever, kiss again, and then they both turn back into
They
humans.
fall in love and kiss again, and then boom, they're back. Yes, they're back to being humans.
So what's the plot of the princess and the frog?
Disney's Princess and the Frog. We go to see this movie, and we're
Yeah.
watching the movie, and you're like beside yourself in the theater.
I am.
She's like, they stole my idea. They stole my
They
idea.
did, because she kisses the frog, turns into a frog, and then at the end they get married, so she's officially a princess,
yep.
and then they kiss, and then they turn back into humans.
Turn
I
back.
have never been so angry in my
She
life.
was seriously so angry. They
In
stole her story
my life.
twist. Yep, they sure did. Yeah.
Infuriating.
We didn't write it though. We didn't publish it. So
Fools.
we didn't have the rights to
That's
it.
why I ain't saying what my other story is. That's in
It's
my,
true. That's
my
true.
note on my phone.
It's true. Somebody from Disney is listening right now, waiting to steal another of your ideas.
They've been tracking my career. They're like, oh, she's gonna spill some shit on
Yep. We
podcast.
got one blockbuster from her. We can get another.
And they're like, ooh, you know what we should do? St. Louis jazz? No, it's too obvious. It's too clear. They'll know. She'll know.
They'll show up.
We'll do Louisiana jazz.
Completely different.
Fuck. My fucking Princess and the Frog. I could have been a millionaire.
Oh, poor Abby.
God damn it.
A day late and a dollar short.
Every time.
Every time. Oh, fantastic.
Every time. I think we're closing in at time here, but
Okay.
that Princess and the Frog story has reminded me of leftover. Not really it's not a leftover.
Oh.
It will be. It's going to be a leftover because I ain't gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Is I
Leftover
should
for another day.
I should talk about some of my projects that I did for graphic design
Oh, okay.
because I in school was very much like I'm gonna do boring stuff as soon as I graduate, right? I'm gonna go work for a company and I'm gonna do their ideas,
their businessy ideas.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, best case scenario is I get to be hired on at like whatever Wizards of the Coast or something. You know, do something fun,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But more realistically than not, I'm gonna end up working for a credit union,
Yeah.
which has actually been very fun. I
gonna say.
really can't complain.
No complaints.
But more likely not, I'm gonna work
And
for.
you have to work with their logo
more
and their
serious.
color scheme, da. Yeah.
Yes.
So, that is what it is. And you're right. That's the reality of, your working life.
So in school, I didn't do a single fucking serious thing.
Right. You might as well do something crazy,
And-
creative, or different.
Every single thing I did was a joke thing. It was fun, so I was thinking I could talk about those in
Okay.
a future.
This
episode.
is fun. This is a good idea. This is gonna take me back to my very long ago college days. My projects were gonna be very different than your projects. So that's kind of fun. We'll compare.
Yeah.
Next episode. There we go. That's some leftovers. I better write this down because I got one in my mind. I remember doing.
Yeah. I remember you working with me on
Yeah.
I'll do a quick example. When I was at SWIC, I had to do a I forget what they called it. It's like a stationary kind of thing. So it's a business card,
Yes.
a letterhead, I think an envelope.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I remember
Okay.
this. Gosh.
And
yeah.
there's a couple different things I did. I'm not going to tell the one, but the other one I did was Sherlock loans or something like that.
Yes.
And
Sherlock Loans. They're lovely.
yeah, and so I think I said like it's elementary was their tagline. And then like the logo was like the Sherlock, and then over the S, I had like a little magnifying glass over the S, and so part of it was bigger because it was in the magnifying glass. It was a whole thing.
And I love that. I thought
So
that was
all
really
of them
cool.
all of them were jokes like that. Not a
Yes.
single one
Which
was
is
serious.
awesome. They were very.
It was fun.
They were very punny.
Yeah, I met one of my best friends, Taylor, at SIU, and I remember doing we both had to do magazine spreads, okay, and
remember
ours
this.
were very different.
Right.
Mine actually was not even a funny thing; it was just a very dark kind of thing.
Which is the opposite of you.
Right, it was a very like terminal illness kind of thing, and she's over here doing like succulents for the home and okay, which is it's very Taylor, and I remember she and I have talked about this, that we're in this class and we like she looks at my project, I look at hers when they're like done, they're up on the
so
board,
opposites.
and we're like, I'm not gonna be friends with that person.
We have nothing in common.
We have nothing in common. I literally remember seeing her and be like, I am never gonna be friends with her. That is such a basic white girl, and I'm sure she was like, that person
Ooh,
is
that's way too dark.
dark.
Yeah, that girl needs help.
yeah, no, that's friends now.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's so awesome.
So, yeah, no. But
Okay, so next time.
next time.
Next time on Serious Beef.
Next time.
Listen to Abby, what's your
This
name?
actually is
Abby,
perfect.
I almost said Abby and Ashley's. Listen to Abby and Anna's stories about their college projects.
Probably.
Riveting.
Or
This is
we'll-
riveting material.
Riveting
material.
Well,
We'll try to find something else that might entertain y'all. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what you think
I'm
is
making
fun.
it up as I go along.
We are literally flying by the seat of our pants, and we see where that gets you in genomics class.
I use that class.
It's a miracle.
It's
Just don't ask her to dissect a worm.
I'll probably be better than I was at like fucking what 15.
What, you got more experience at dissecting worms?
Well, I can't say that, and I can't say that I have a steadier hand.
It's true.
But yeah, you know what? I would do terrible.
It would be terrible. She is nothing but brutally honest about herself, folks.
It's true. I know myself.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but after this, I'm going to need some serious beef.
It's some serious dissection.
Oh!
Bye. Bye.